All right. What's up, everyone? I'm Onyx. It's been a while. I don't know. It's been a few months. I forgot. I can't remember. Maybe I think the last video I did was the 1000, One Piece 1000 chapter. Great chapter. We actually got one of the, not 1000 episode in the anime, but the episode where Roger laughed. I think that was like the best episode of anime I ever seen in my life. But yeah, I wanted to make this video because I'm trying to transition more into like anime and like review shit for like manga and anime in general. So the winter 2021 anime season kind of ended. It did end actually. It took me a little bit while, but there was some garbage, but there was some really good anime. And I think this season, like the winter season, not the one that's coming up spring, the winter season was probably one of the best anime seasons of all time. Like there were so many good shows, and there was a few bad shows, and a show, maybe the worst show I ever seen during this season. But there was a lot of good shows, so pretty much I wanted to talk about that. And it's my anime list. If you guys can see in the browser and stuff, I was just gonna list down the animes I've watched for the winter and just rank them and just give them like a score and stuff. So yeah, this is my anime list. I'll put the link if you guys want to follow me or something, and just link your anime list too. Or if you agree with what I put for my scores, or you disagree with something, let me know. But yeah, all right, let's see. So this is for the winter 2021. I didn't update anything just yet because I had everything on my anime list, and I'm trying to put everything on anime list now too. So these are the continuing shows. One Piece. Of course, the score is going to be a 10. This is actually really fun to watch. You guys, if you guys haven't watched Pokemon Journeys, if you like say you only watched the original, I definitely suggest watching this. It's like one of the best like seasons, probably my favorite season of Pokemon ever. So definitely go watch that. But yeah, let's go down the line. So it's funny that we get Attack on Titan right away in the top. So let me put that completed. Let me actually just add 16. All right. This is probably everybody's number one for the year, or not for the year, for the winter season. Everyone probably give it a, like, this is their favorite anime. Probably it was probably my favorite what's it called? My favorite season of Attack on Titan. I was never like a big Attack on Titan fan. I'm caught up with the manga. It's about to end in a few days. We'll probably get to the chapter soon. But I've never been a huge fan of the characters or anything. I like Levi. I like Mikasa at a certain point. Eren, I think was very, very good. He started. This is where in the manga when I read it initially, where I was like, "Yo, Eren is kind of clean." I'm starting to like his character. Armin, I think is okay. Um, I actually like Yelena. Yelena's pretty cool. I don't know. She's weird, but I like her. I like her like design for some reason. But yeah, if I had to give this a score, I think people were hating on Mappa, but I think Mappa delivered. I think obviously they had a short window, but I'd give it like a solid 8. I think that was very good watch. This is probably the highest rating I gave. Maybe season 3 part 2 I gave an 8 too. But this was my favorite season of AOT for sure. Just I think it had my favorite opening too. I like it kind of grew on me, and I'm pretty sure it grew on everyone else too. But yeah, I'll give it an 8, and I left list as completed. The next anime I watched, Beastars or Goat Stars as some people call it. That's completed, and let's give it that's completed. I was feeling it. I feel like last season I gave it like 7. Last one I gave it 7. This one had like a really nice battle with Legoshi and the bear dude. I forget his name. And I like everything with Louis Senpai is always gas. It didn't really focus on Haru and the girls. It was mostly like action, like testosterone. Well, yeah, I said testosterone because the show in the bottom is very estrogen heavy. But this was a good season. I think it was like a solid 7. I think it was good. No complaints really. I think shows like this, right? I have to be, if it for me to give it like an 8 or 9, I had to be like laughing more for a show like a slice like this, dramatic thing like this for me to like enjoy it. Sometimes the drama stuff can be really like high level, but in this show is like it was fine. It's like what I compare it to like Zootopia and stuff. Like that's why everybody makes a comparison to. It's like similar. It's like carnivores trying to live in a herbivorous field society and stuff. So pretty solid watch. I'll give it a solid 7. Not a bad score, I think. Next one. Now this is a controversial anime. People be hating on Dr. Stone or Mr. Stone, as some of my friends call it. But I enjoy it. I don't think it's anything like great, like top tier or anything. But it's a fun show. Like it's something like I always say, it's something you throw in the back and just watch. But I think it's a solid. Like I'll give it a 6. I think for what I was expecting, the animation was solid. I like the characters. I like the humor. I like the gags. It's a nice show. So I give it like a solid 6. It's a fine. That's what, 3 out of 5, right? Yeah, maybe around a 5. But I'm a little biased towards Doctor Stone. Okay, now this show. Now you guys are gonna hate me for this one. I think this is one of the worst slices I've seen. I actually love the genre. You guys were like, oh, this guy's a shonen head or something, right? I used to be more. I got kind of more into like this the slice and isekai phase, mostly isekai nowadays, because I just watch so much trash now that I guess got used to watching like. I just expect I expect the bare minimum for shows like this sometimes, right? But it was kind of gassed up for me a little bit. People were saying it's better than like a lot of shows I liked initially, and I thought the first few episodes I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. But then this purple guy, this guy right here, if you see, I don't know if my mouse is showing. This dude just started talking about the seasons, comparing two girls and stuff, and I'm like, yo, this dude is so lame, and I do not care about any single character in this show besides the main guy. The girl sucks. She dead ass just sucks. I like her. I like her family. Her little brother's my favorite character probably, just because the first episode I saw him really enjoying a nice homemade meal or something. He looked like he was enjoying it, and I'm a food enjoyer myself. So if I had to give this a score, I think it's a 4. I know a lot of people are gonna complain. I could probably like push it to a 5, but I literally did not enjoy anything about the show. Like, okay, not anything, because in the beginning, like I said, I did enjoy it. It was like it looked like it was building up to something, but then they just stopped focusing on the two mains, which they are. I understand them focusing on the side characters, but all the side characters are garbage. Like not a single one I liked. So just keep that in mind with my scoring. The animation was amazing. I could give it a 5 just because of the animation. Cloverworks did it, and they always do a good job. But they suck. This anime sucked. I might even give it a 3 because I hated it. But yeah, I'll give it a 4 because the animation was good. I like the voice actors. Everything was good. The music was nice. The opening is good. The ending's decent, but the opening's really nice. But yeah, it's a 4. I'll write some notes afterwards if you guys want to see like a more like in-depth like I don't know, like a description. I'll put that later. I don't want to do that right now, but I'll do that later. What the hell? Session expired. Please refresh. Oh hell no. So I'll just leave it like that, I guess, cause Horimiya now. Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh yeah, I think I imported this from my anime list. That's why it has this. But this was great. I gotta refresh it. Crap. Well, yeah, it's gonna auto refresh then. So completed this. Jujutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite like shonens out right now. Like I've been reading the manga since it first came out, and I think Mappa did amazing. Like it was a really really good anime. I wouldn't put it in the 9 or 10s because those for me to give something a score like that, it has to be like it has to really hit me hard. I knew what I was getting myself into. Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't do anything like super brand new in the shonen genre. It has a very cool power system with the curses or reverse curse techniques, etc. And I love like how the domain expansion. It is very familiar of Bleach, and people make the Hunter x Hunter comparison. I don't see it too much. I can see it with the curse powers because it's like very like intricate and stuff. But I feel like Nen is like in a league on its own, and I don't think curse techniques at that level. It could get there maybe, but I don't think I guess I can't see it going because it's more simpler and it's more like I wouldn't say it's simpler, but honestly, I don't even think it's simple at all because I'm caught up with the manga and sometimes some of these curse techniques are like so confusing to me. There's so much going on with them and there's so many layers to it, but it's never like really explained. Even though the explanation is just the power and stuff, how curses are, their existence, similar to like shows like Inspector. Like Mahito, for example, when Itadori and Nanami were beating his ass, his curse he became a curse based off human like hatred and emotions. I'm pretty sure, but something like that. And Itadori, he has his very strong physical strength, and he has Sukuna as his like in pretty much inside him and stuff. But it's a really good show. Definitely suggest people to watch it. If you're like not a fan of the shonen genre, this is a good. Or if you're just trying to get into shonen or something, or watch some good action, this is a good show for sure. All right. Now, Kimono Jihen, another shonen anime. This was, hmm, this was, what would I say? It was fine. Nothing really spectacular for me. Um, I like some of the characters. They actually had the Tanuki guy is actually voiced by Eraserhead, and Sukuna, who does the and Yami pretty much. That's probably his best voice, Yami or Aizawa. But he's the voice actor for that character, and I like his character. The show is very like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like very straightforward shonen. Like it's about ghouls. There's this guy. He's like a ghoul. He can't die pretty much. He just keeps getting revived. He has these stones, and then I guess now it's going to the lines of they gotta all connect the stones. He meets all these characters like you see in the thing. It's a fine. I think it's fine. I'll give it a 6. Like if I had to name it, it's not my favorite show or anything. I don't think it's a bad show in any means, but it's a solid 6, maybe a 5. But I'll give it a 6 just because I enjoyed it. Okay, now this is my expertise right here. Well, shonen is my expertise as well, but this was actually one of my favorite shows of the season. Like Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, right? There's a lot of this is like pretty much some guy like a 35-year-old dude who never did anything with his life. He never had a girl, never nothing, right? Um, he passes away. I think Truck Kun kills him. Truck Kun makes an appearance and kills him, and he gets reincarnated as a baby in this world. He has a pervert ass dad, Paul, and he pretty much is like he's inept and like he's like very his what's it called his magic pool, like he has magic, like every most isekais always have like magic or like some skill ability, and his magic pool is very high, and he was pretty much able to like they always make this, it's like a trope in isekai where people usually have to say like an incantation to do magic, and reincarnated protagonist doesn't need to say anything. They just naturals at it, and they're just better than the best characters in the show in that world. So that's pretty much one of those shows. It's just very nice animation. I think it was a new studio that did it. It was very solid to me. I like the characters. There's some scenes that are very like I'm not comfortable with. Like it's like stuff with kids and stuff. Not the I guess I wouldn't consider it like lolicon shit, but like I don't know what I'd say. It's just I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff in general. I know a lot of animes do it, but they made it kind of creepy. But the thing is, it did not make me think less of the show entirely, and it's just a solid isekai. So if you're a fan of like isekai in general, this is one of the better ones. Definitely, this is probably one of my favorite ones. This is actually one of the first isekais I was gonna do for ReZero, but ReZero's anime is just so nice, and I'm gonna start the light novel maybe soon. But I'm almost caught up with the light novel. Well, everything that's released in America at least. We're up to like volume 10, and there's like 22 volumes. But yeah, this is a solid show. I give it like a nice 8. I really enjoyed it. Okay, next show. ReZero. Now this is probably my personal favorite of the season. I think a lot of people, there was a lot of mixed things people had to say for ReZero. I'm about to give it 8.5. I'll give it 8. I think 0.5s is just weird sometimes for like these lists, because my anime list was always like one score. I might push it to 8.5 later. I'll put a description later, like I said. But this is second season, part 2. We get more stuff for like Emilia. We get her doing the trial stuff, the sanctuary. I think they gave us a little bit more in last season, but this was a better part. I think part 1 was more build up, and the second part was delivery. Like it was execution. We got Subaru saving Beatrice and stuff. There's a little bit small spoilers. If you guys haven't watched it, my apologies. But that's pretty much what happened. Like that's like the initial is like what Echidna, they're like stuck in the sanctuary. There's a lot of stuff that happens. There's a character I really like they introduced, Garfield. His voice actor is Bakugo from My Hero. So I just initially liked him right away. And Subaru I think is one of the best protagonists I've seen. This is probably my favorite isekai. And you guys already knew from Jobless, I told you I really like the genre, isekai genre, even though 99% of it is garbage. But this is probably the top of the line. This was very story driven, but it's very good. Every episode is like a short movie, pretty much. It's like 30 minutes, 29 minutes, I think, something like that. So it's like an ONA every episode, and it's like very high quality, very high budget, and the music is amazing. Like what I really like about ReZero, even since the first season, before like say Subaru, like something happens to Subaru or something important happens, like there's like some enlightenment or like there's like some understanding of something, they play the ending song, and I think I love it when animes do that. And then I think ReZero always nails that. So yeah, I think it's a solid 8. This is like, I usually, right, if you guys saw my initial like mean score, I usually give shows a lot of 6s and 5s. There's not a lot of shows I give too many 8s and 9s. I probably have only like 2 10s I give, and 10 is like super biased. I don't even think they're really 10s like animation wise, but this season had so many good animes. Like, so I never rate scores so high before, like in one season, because it's usually like 2 8s and 2 4s and like 5 6s. That's usually how every season goes for me. But this season was my favorite season, nonetheless. And now this is SK8, the Infinity. Not to get it confused with Samurai 8, the trash. But this was done by Studio Bones. Amazing opening, amazing ending, amazing characters. Story was good, was solid. It's just, what can you expect from a 12 episode story, right? I had a lot of fun watching this. I watched it with a lot of my friends. We just had a good ass time watching this show. I made a clip of one of the scenes that actually threw me off guard, and I'll post it right here. This is alrighty. Now what's next? Oh, okay. This is gonna be a long video. I've watched so much anime this season, but okay, Spider. This is still going on, but I'll let you know this shit is garbage. It's probably in the 3 category. I had people were gassing this up, telling me this is better than like Reincarnated as a Slime, some other isekais. There's a lot of good action scenes. It's very CGI heavy, but it never really bothered me. Some of the monsters probably did, like the frogs and the monkeys and stuff, right? They look kind of weird, and like there's like dragons and stuff. And this I do not care about the story. I do not know what the hell is happening. I do not fuck those kids. Who the hell are these kids? But it's like I thought I would like the Spider Girl because I liked her song, her singing in the opening and ending. But in the entire anime, she's trash. Like, it's so annoying to hear her. So I give it like a 3, maybe a 4 if I push it. Maybe the next 12 episode will change my mind, but it's like a 3 if I'm being honest. I wouldn't suggest this, but maybe if you're starting up, you might enjoy this kind of show. But I feel like if you're a veteran or you watched a lot of animes or you just want something really good, this is not something you should watch. All right, next show. Now this shit, another garbage show. You see, I just 2 isekais, and you guys heard earlier. I said I was a big fan of isekai, right? This show is garbage. I was expecting like the comedy stuff, right? Look at the name for this. Suppose a kid from the last dungeon, Boonies, moved to a starter town. So pretty much this guy, right, the main character, he's from the strongest village, and he comes to like a starter town. Like the title says, it's just self-explanatory. It's just a lot of nonsense stuff that happens. It's definitely humor heavy, but the humor is kind of reused, if I could explain it. It's just very reused. Nothing very special about the show. Nothing like really that stands out. If you're just bored, you want to throw something in the back to watch, this is a show to do that. Like, say you got work to do, even if it's subtitles. I got so used to reading subtitles, sometimes I don't even need to look because I sometimes just understand what they're saying at this level. But like, it's mid. Below mid, if anything. I'll give it a 4. And that's a fair score, I feel like. Return of the Slime. So this is the second season of Slime. A lot of things happen, but Slime has just been consistently good. I think it's a solid 8. I really enjoy Slime. It's definitely like my top 3 isekais. Honestly, top 2 is usually like Overlord. I liked a lot too, but like it's good. I don't think it's in the 8 range. I think it's usually always in the 7, 6, 7 range. But ReZero is my favorite one. Slime might be my second favorite isekai. And Jobless might be my third now because I really enjoyed that anime, and I've been enjoying reading the manga and the light novel right now. So yeah, those are my three recommendations for like isekai. There's more I've watched, but it's not coming to mind. What others did I watch? But yeah, this was solid. Okay. Now, surprisingly, right? The first season of this, right? The quintessential quintuplets, I thought it was just alright. I didn't have like any high expectations, but this season made me really like Nino, I think, right? This girl right here. The one with the is it pigtails? I don't know what she has those like butterfly things. I like the main character guy. He's whatever. He's decent, I guess, right? But most of the girls, I like three of the girls. These two, right? Yotsuba is fine. I don't care about Itsuki, but Miku and Nino are my favorites. And Ichika is decent. I like her. She did some sly shit which I didn't fuck with, but this is a solid like watch. It's better than Horimiya for sure. So if you guys want like a nice slice rom com type situation where convenient things happen all the time, this is a good show for it. All right, what's next? So okay, I think that's. Ooh, I almost forgot. Wonder Egg Priority. Now this if I had to describe it in like any word, like a single word, I'd just say abstract. It's like an art piece in anime. Like it's similar to like how people say what's it called? What's it called? Demon Slayer is like one of the most aesthetically artistic animes, right? This show is like on that, but like even more abstract. There's like so many like so much shit happening, right? And I think this was probably is between this and SKA. I think were like the best animes for this season, at least. My favorite is obviously ReZero. I think that was the best anime for me personally. But if I had to put like anything that's keeping up with who could win like anime of the year, Wonder Egg is one of the contenders for sure. I think it's a very solid anime. I think we're missing one episode, but we're gonna get that in June. But this was a very cool show. My girl Nehru, that's my favorite one. I like the main character. Iru, what's her name? Aru, and I forget these two girls' name, but they're cool. They're both cool. They have like there's a lot of stuff that's happening. I wouldn't say it's for like a beginner. If you're a beginner, like you just started watching anime, don't watch this kind of show. It's very like if you can understand it, like there's a lot of like complex stuff with like suicide, reality, like dream world stuff. It's very like it's like if you're like on LSD and stuff like that's happening pretty much. But it's complex and it's like it's interesting. Like I had like a really good time watching it. Like I thought it was a very good show and I enjoyed it a lot. I think towards the end of the season the story does kind of go in an off end. Like I had a little bit more expectations for it, but I didn't think it was anything terrible. I think the studio executed it really well. I heard very bad things about it though, like about the people that are working in the studio, like they were getting very sick. Like the main producer, like he was hospitalized for a few days. Some people lost like 30 pounds because they couldn't leave the office or something like that. But definitely the best animated show. It could have won animation of the year for sure. I think this was the best, one of the most beautifully animated shows I've seen in a long time. So this is a solid 8, maybe 8.5. But I'll make the initial like final scores later. But yeah. So those were everything. That's everything I watched during the season. There was one more show I watched, which I think was the worst anime I ever watched. XR. So dropped. I watched more. I think I watched 4 episodes. I was watching with my friends, but then they just started watching on their own, or they watched it on a time I couldn't watch with them. And I'm not gonna watch the show on my own because it's so garbage. It's literally the worst anime. Like just talking about how good Wonder Egg's animation was. This is the worst animated show. Like how Wonder Egg's like the people who were doing the animation for Wonder Eggs, they were killing themselves doing this shit. I felt like the people who were doing the animation for this show, XR, they didn't even do their job. They just they had a computer, something to do with the job. They probably had their little their children do the job for them. It was so bad. It's definitely, I never give a show a 1, 2. Because I usually would give a show, if it's terrible, I'll give it a 2. But 1, I felt like you have to put no effort at all. And this show proves that. Like, it's possible that a show is a 1. There is no effort. There's no passion. There's no like plot that I can follow that I care about. It's so trash. And they kept showing the scene of this like some doppelganger of the main character, and it kept pissing me off. This is so garbage. The worst anime I've seen in my whole life. And yeah, that was everything for the winter season. I'll probably do another video for like what I'm gonna watch during the spring, maybe towards the middle of the spring. And I wanted to do like a top 5 mangas, like official mangas and stuff that I've been reading that's like really good. But yeah, that's been very good. Oh, I almost forgot. Speaking of garbage anime, oh my god, I'm gonna give it a 2. I might even give it a 1.5. Hold up, I'll give it 2. I I read the entire manga for The Promised Neverland. It does have a decline towards the middle to end after Goldie Pond, which they skipped. But it had so much promise, but it looked like it never landed. Okay, that's, oh my god.
Who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
But pretty much, this is so garbage. If you're a fan of The Promised Neverland, you saw the first season, just read the manga. Do not watch this. It's so garbage. It's one of the worst shows I've seen ever. But yeah, that's everything I watched during this season. Yeah, I'll probably make a new what's it called? New list for when I watched stuff for the spring semester. But yeah, if you guys want to follow me on AniList, go ahead, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do that. But yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Peace.